Calvin's Institutes of the Christian Religion, chapter 14, looking at the first two sections on the creation of the world generally considered. Calvin is here setting up something that he's already explained in a good bit of detail earlier in the Institutes in those opening chapters, but here he's setting up to go at length further in discussing a doctrine of angels for quite a bit of time, and then also of demons or fallen angels, and then to distinguish how the history and creation of the world distinguishes the true God from fictitious gods and idols. Again, he reiterates the point that he's already covered a lot of ground in. We are in need of special revelation because left to ourselves, post-fall, post-entrance of sin into the world, and man having an original sin nature, our minds will just be fluttered about to speculations and vain fictions about who the true God actually is. And so what is set forth here? Moses gives us in the opening Genesis account that God is creator and architect, but it goes beyond that. We are given in this account a theological instruction about the nature of who God is and how he works. And this is pivotal for us to understand because we are made in the image of God. And so the 6-day creation account is literal and historical, even though we could say it's heightened prose or muted poetry, however you want to consider it. It's nonetheless given in a historical narrative structure. We are to understand how God works, how he's made, how he is identified and dictated what and how things are, so that we, made in his image, would know how we are supposed to be and act as well. It is not a coincidence, and this is sort of piggybacking off Calvin, that when in the creation account, he establishes the world to place Adam perfectly in it, that the first task given to Adam is naming things, categorizing them. Why? Well, we've already seen God do that in the creation. He makes things, declares what they are, and declares that they are in fact good, 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 and then very good by the time we get to Adam. We're not left to simply speculate. Here, and this is a relatively famous passage, he says that we essentially have a set of lenses that we need to put on in terms of Scripture to rightly discern the created order around us. That man in a fallen state is an old guy with very dimmed, bad vision. And so we might discern something of truth within creation, but even things that we discern the general shape and color of, it's going to be distorted. It's going to be off. Why is this the case? Well, we need the lenses of Scripture to be placed on so that we can rightly discern what we're seeing in the created order, so that we would know the true and living God, discern from fictitious idols and the speculations of our own mind. And in that way, we see that we have been placed not anywhere in creation, but on the earth. We've been hedged in. And in the same way that our physical persons are hedged in by the time and space and material reality of creation, so the account of Genesis is given that our minds and our thoughts and apprehensions and our desires about peering into the vastness of space would be hemmed in, hedged in. Why? So two things. We would know from the Word the truth about who this God is that's made us and what he requires of us and what he desires for us as beings made in his image. And so also, the other side of the coin, we would refrain from speculations that go beyond into the dark of what he has not revealed to us. I think it's a passage in Deuteronomy, I'm blanking on the chapter. The secret things belong to God. Everything he has chosen not to reveal, but conceal. But what has been revealed, what is for us and for our children. This begins with the creation account. It's not bare knowledge of history. It's theological instruction about who God is and consequently who we are, made in his image. Well, thanks for listening. I hope that was beneficial.